Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2.
Number 40, Kearsley Park. Number 7, Harry Murphy. Number 13, Claire Olette. Number 6, Anna Bang. Number 35, Hannah Molinger. Number 22, Cody Wayne. Number 2, Maggie Bones. Number 29, Megan Wagner. And number 5, Amaya Brown. All please now rise for the playing of the national anthem. A couple of fucking pieces in the concession stand. So
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another installment of Mott Community College Athletics. It's the Bears softball here at Kearsley Park, taking on Henry Ford College for their second-to-last home doubleheader of the year. I'm Tom Cavanaugh, bringing you all the way through two 7-inning bouts between these two schools, and they've met a few times earlier this season. But right now, the Bears on the field, ready to go. Maggie Bohm is going to be your starting pitcher, and she has been sensational all year long for these Bears. We'll get into her stats as we progress through this first game. Let's check out the defense for the Bears as we get things going. Behind the plate, it's going to be Hannah Bollinger doing the catching for Bohm. Over at third base, it's Cassie Sylvester. At shortstop, Taryn Murphy. The second baseman, Megan Widener. And at first, Claire Allette. In the outfield, Amaya Brown is in left. Evan Helkowski in center. And Chloe Williams in right field. And the Hawks will start with Ella Nauk coming up to the dish. 6-19 overall record on the year. 6-14 in conference in the MCCAA East for these Hawks. They just split a doubleheader against St. Clair County Community College. Won their last game. They're looking to keep that winning streak going. And right now it's a 3-game win streak for the Bears. First pitch on the corner for strike one from Bohm at 3:02 p.m. on a beautiful, beautiful Friday afternoon. It's 64 degrees and partly cloudy here in Flint. Little half swing there from Nauk makes it quickly 0-2. Last time we were here covering these Bears, Maggie Bohm threw a 15 strikeout, 9-inning complete game against Macomb. Here's a tap foul. The Bears were able to sweep the Monarchs and then took down Oakland Community College to extend their win streak to 4. That was right before they split with Schoolcraft, I should say, and then picked up a couple of wins against SC4 back on Sunday. 0-2 pitch, a little bit of off speed there from Bohm, is left up high, 1-2. Maggie can mix it all up when it comes to her arsenal on the mound. She's got a nice fastball that rides up near the chest, starting at the hips, and it's a tough pitch to hit, and then also the off speed as well gets you out on that front foot. Swing and a miss. Now it goes down for out number 1, and you could keep a counter out for Maggie Bohm. She gets her first strikeout to open the ball game. Every day so far this year, the weather has just continued to get better and better, and we picked a great day as the first pitch to Kylie Douglas is lined foul. Douglas is the catcher today for the Hawks. Rest of this Henry Ford lineup after Douglas, it's Bella Lakitsky, Caitlin Postuma, Millie Garcia, Jada Oliver, Jalen Reyes, Josie Niehoff, and Ashley Goodman with Jess Hazel on the mound. There's a strike on the inside corner, 0-2. Fastball high and outside in the 0-2 pitch. Make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's 202 feet down each line, the right and left field lines. It's 220 feet to straightaway center field. This Bears team with 31 home runs through 36 games. 46 is the record, or 43, I should say, back in 2016 was the record for the Bears. So they're not too far off of that, just 12 homers with a few games left to play in the season. Next time the Bears will be at home will be on May 4th. That is their final doubleheader here at Kearsley Park this season. But Mott is sitting comfortably in the first place position of the MCCAA East at 27-9 overall. They are 19-3 in conference. Lost a couple to Schoolcraft and then one to Macomb on the road. That's all for them. Just 3 losses in conference. They're cruising at the top of that conference, that division, I should say. She can make the catch. Kylie Douglas, she's aboard with a 1-out single. A little flare out there in the gap. Helkowski in center and Williams playing pretty far apart there in their respective positions, and that ball just found a hole. Bella Lakitsky with the runner on first. Corner infielders in right now for the Bears. Top of the first inning, no score between Henry Ford and Mott for a doubleheader on a beautiful Friday. That's off the plate outside to the first pitch. McKitzky takes all the way. Bella at shortstop, as she is most of the year for these Hawks. Here's a fly ball to center field, not deep. Coming in, Helkowski. And she'll make the catch with two hands. That's two gone here in the first with the runner on. And besides the strikeouts that you see all the time from Maggie Bohm, it's a lot of the weak contact too, and more specifically, it's in the air. So even on that little flare that Kylie Douglas was able to connect for a hit on, it still wasn't a driven ball in the gap, finding all of the barrel. And that's something Bohm's really good at, is getting lazy pop-ups to the outfield for easy outs. There's a fastball high and inside for ball one to Caitlin Postuma, first baseman today for Henry Ford. Bohm leaves one on the outside corner. That's a strike. Even up the count at 1-1. This Henry Ford team, not the same amount of power you see from Mott. 31 home runs for Mott this season, just 8 for the Hawks. They're hitting a .296 average as a team. Here's a fly ball to left field. Shallow. It's the catch for out number 3. We just talked about the lazy fly ball contact that Bohm's able to induce, and she gets 2 to end the frame. Base hit from Kylie Douglas is all. We head to the bottom of the first. Mott Bears due up. You're watching Bears Softball. We'll be right back. Bottom of the first inning. First chance for the Bears. In game 1 of our doubleheader, Heaven Helkowski will start against Jess Hazel. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup here as the first pitch misses outside. Here's a slow chopper on the ground to third base. Reyes. Clean play, and they throw out Helkowski by just a half step. Heaven, she was batting .435 coming into that at-bat with 50 hits, and a lot of those were infield singles. So fast out of that left-sided box, and almost beat that out as Reyes made a play really quickly. 1 up, 1 down for Cassie Sylvester. She shoots one to first base. Easy play for Postuma as she gobbles it up and touches first. 3 pitches, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Taryn Murphy, one of 5 sophomores to be honored last week. Weren't able to get on the call for those, so we're going to treat it as if today is that day from our perspective on the broadcast and give all these girls the there's a strike on the outside, or a ball in the outside corner, all the accolades and the respect that they should be given throughout the entire year. And we were not able to do that because we were not on commentary for that game last week. There's another ball low and outside. 3-0 to Taryn Murphy. These pitches not missing by much out of the hand of Jess Hazel. And there's a strike on the lower outer corner. Fly ball to left field for Murphy. This ball's hooking foul. Absolutely gone if it stayed fair. It just hooked around the pole on the left field side. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Murphy. Taryn was a 2022 graduate from Clio High School. Graduated with highest honors and was a member of the NHS Academic All-State and recipient of the Jim Williams Award. And she puts one down the right field line off the wall. Down to second goes Murphy. She's going to try for third. Cruising in with a 2-out triple. Taryn Murphy getting things started for the Bears early on. Opposite field swing, and that ball just kept going. The wind pushing out that way right now from left to right across your screen. It's more so heading out towards that right field foul pole, and that ball up into the jet stream got carried a few extra feet. A little more, it could have been out of here. Clara Letts digs in now, and she takes a first pitch strike. Tap in the box, right around Alette. She leaves it alone. Oh, no, she's out at the plate. The ball hit Claire Alette on the foul ball as she was standing in the box, and that's out number 3. Wow. So a funky third out right there ends the frame after a triple with 2 outs from Taryn Murphy. We go to the second inning, scoreless tie between the Bears and Hawks from game 1 of our doubleheader at Kearsley Park in Flint, Michigan. This is your home for Bears softball. Top 2 with Maggie Bohm back on the mound. Said we're going to get into the stats of Maggie Bohm this year. 141 and 2/3 innings pitched. There's a swing and a miss from Millie Garcia. In those 141 and 2/3 innings, she has struck out 146 batters. That is just over 7 strikeouts per game. That's outside 1-1. She already has 1 today. Also has a 2.62 ERA, best for lowest on the team. Making a case for Player of the Year in the MCCAA East and in the entire MCCAA conference. 1 ball, 1 strike to Millie Garcia in center field for the Hawks. Here's a foul out of play. Bohm just a freshman as well, so next year if she's back in a Bears uniform, it's only going to get worse for hitters on the opposite side. That fastball just misses off the plate, not by a ton either. Right there, 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Scoreless tie, top of the second inning. Here's the 3-2. Inside corner for strike 3. Caught her on the inner half. Garcia goes down looking for out number 1. That's 2 strikeouts for Maggie Bohm. Bohm also with a 16-2 record and 4 saves this year. She's the go-to gal on the mound for the Bears all year long. Joey Newton and Eva Opper also are throwing innings, but the next closest is Newton at 55 2/3 innings pitched. That's right below the 141 from Bohm. Here's a swing and a miss from Jada Oliver. 1 ball and 1 strike. Designated player in this first game for Jada. Bohm rocks back and delivers a fastball in the outside corner for strike 2. The command and location of some of these pitches it's pretty impressive because of the consistency to do it over a multiple game span. And there are days where Bohm will pitch a full 14 innings for 2 games. Here's a ground ball to shortstop. Murphy throws on to first, and that's out number 2 as Oliver is thrown out at first. So a quick 2 gone now for Jalen Reyes, batting 7th in this Hawk lineup over at third base. First pitch from Bohm is high and outside. Reyes hitting .286 so far this year. 16 hits and 6 of those are doubles. Swing and a miss. Bohm's 1-1 pitch, high and inside. And Maggie will walk 1 or 2, but she does a great job of being able to correct her mistakes in the same innings. So she'll put a runner on, or maybe 2 in 1 inning via a hit or a walk, but finds a way to get out of the jam. As we said, 2.62 ERA this season. 3 balls and 1 strike. Bohm's 3-1 pitch is cut on and missed. We're going to push to full once again. Second time this inning. Third of the ball game. 2 up, 2 down here in the second inning. Scoreless tie between the Bears and Henry Ford. Cut and a miss for strike 3. Maggie Bohm strikes out 2 in the inning. She's got 3 total through 2 frames. We go to the bottom of the second inning. 0-0 score between Mott and Henry Ford. You're watching Mott Bears Athletics. Emma Benner going to lead off the second inning. It was a weird way to end. At bottom of the first, Claire Ouellette tapped one right in front of the plate, and our home plate umpire called her out on the tag. So Kylie Douglas, the catcher, was able to field right in front of her and tag out Ouellette for out number 3 and strand the runner Murphy down at third after her triple. Benner, she's down in the count 0-1, now slaps one fouled on the right field line. Another foul back out of play to the right side. So fans, if you weren't aware today, if you weren't at the ballpark and just tuning in for some softball, it's a T-shirt giveaway day here at the park. Got myself a nice white Mott Bears T-shirt with the big logo on the front. And on the back, there's a skyline of Flint that says Flint Vehicle City. That pitch is outside in the opposite batter's box, 1-2. So we got a full slate of action all day long, all afternoon long. So if you want to come by and snag one of those. Benner hangs tough. Fouls it again back to the screen. 1-2, it stays. Last time these two teams faced off was back on April 6th. Bears were able to win both 11-3 and 6-0. Home for a doubleheader tomorrow. The tamper on the ground from Emma Benner to first base. Fielding and touching on is Postuma. There's one away. Hannah Bollinger now steps in. Another one of those sophomores. Talked about Alette and Murphy. Bollinger, a 2022 graduate of Linden High School. Earned first team all district, first team all region, and first team all Metro League as a catcher back in 2022. Bollinger leaves that ball in the dirt. It's 1-1. Bears looking to have a monstrous 30-win season. They're 3 away from that total. Bollinger leaves another ball low. 2 balls and 1 strike to the Bears catcher. Here's a ground ball between short and third. Backhand play for Lakitsky. Long throw to first, and she got her. Some great defensive plays. And how about Jess Hazel on the mound for the Hawks right now? She's inducing a lot of weak ground ball contact, I should say, over to first base. And that was hit hard from Bollinger. Just a really nice backhand play at shortstop from Bella Lakitsky. It's now Chloe Williams' turn. Williams will take the first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. After Williams, it's Maggie Bohm and Megan Widener to finish out the lineup. Amaya Brown, she's the flex designated fielder, I would say. She's out in left field, but is not swinging a bat here in this opening game of our doubleheader. 1 ball and 1 strike after that opening corner strike, and that's high and outside, 2-1. Williams lines this one out of play again down the right field side. A little bit of a reload here from our home plate umpire. So I'm just noticing there's a little contraption. It's like a funnel of a tube for any foul balls that can be returned to our home plate umpire through the fence. I've never seen that before. Williams takes one on the outside corner for strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Jess Hazel. We're headed to the 3rd inning. Scoreless between your Mott Bears and Henry Ford College. Welcome back in, folks. Top of the third inning. Bears and Hawks here from Kearsley Park. Here's a first pitch fly ball off the bat of Josie Niehoff, and the catch is made by Amaya Brown for out number one quickly. So 2 strikeouts last inning from Bohm. She's only had 1 ground ball and now 3 flyouts. Last batter in this Hawk lineup, Ashley Goodman. She'll take the first pitch above her head for ball 1. A little bit of an early pitcher's duel between these two, Bohm and Hazel. They've squared off before in the past in late March, early April. The check swing. She did not go around, did Goodman. 2 balls and no strikes with 1 out here in the third. Bohm delivers, swing and a miss, and a fastball high and inside. Two balls and 1 ball and 2 strikes to Goodman. That fastball's a little bit low. Bohm's 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Ashley Goodman. She goes down swinging. That's number 4 for Bohm. We already said she averages just over 7 per game, and now she has 4 through 2 2/3. Takes care of Goodman there, and now it's Ella Nauk. She struck out swinging her first time up. And there's a called strike on the inside corner. You got to give Hannah Bollinger credit, too, behind the plate in her ability to frame those pitches, not necessarily stealing them for strikes because Bohm's throwing them on the corners there, but doing a nice job of selling that call and ensuring that it's a strike. That's a ball outside. It's 1-1. Now swings and tips the ball into the glove of Bollinger. It's now 1-2. Now this year, a .319 average hitter. She's got 4 RBIs and 23 hits. Looking to get something started for the Hawks. On either side, really now, both teams have been pretty silent all day long, except for that Taryn Murphy triple back in the first when she was stranded. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the third inning. It's a scoreless tie of game 1 of our doubleheader. Tap foul. Now just stays alive. That pitch was right on the corner. And she got off the very end of the bat. You can see her shaking out that right hand from prior experience. It's a little better weather, but if you're in the 40s, 50-degree weather, and you catch one off the end of the bat there, boy, does that hurt. Here's the 2-2 again. High and inside, ducking out of the way is Nauk. Have to give these Henry Ford Hawks hitters credit. A lot of full counts we're seeing here from Maggie Bohm, and they're working them, fouling off pitches. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another tap foul from Nauk. And that's what you have to do, especially in a game where hits are coming at a premium. Find any way on, whether it be a nice opposite field base hit or maybe drawing a walk. Bohm's looking for her 5th strikeout to end the inning. Bollinger set up on the outer half right now. The 3-2 again. Strike 3 called. Bohm with a smile coming off. 5 strikeouts through 3. We're tied up 0-0. We go to the bottom of the third. Let's see if the Bears can break this scoreless tie. This is your home for Bears softball. We will be right back. Bottom of the third inning. Tom Cavanaugh taking you all the way through our doubleheader today from Flint, Michigan. Maggie Bohm chops one on the ground, fair down the first base line. Postuma has trouble with it, and Bohm is able to reach. It was a screamer right down the line. It caught the heel of Postuma's glove and trickled onto the outfield grass. Leadoff hit for the pitcher, Maggie Bohm. She's got 5 strikeouts, and now she's 1 for 1. That was a very tough play for Postuma as the ball just kind of trickled away behind her. Megan Widener, the final batter in this lineup for the Bears. She takes a strike at the knees. Oh, 1 pitch, down in the dirt and low. Talked about Lakitsky at shortstop, Reyes at third. Postuma, he's at first, and Josie Niehoff is at second base. There's a tapper on the ground to shortstop from Widener. Fielding Lakitsky, and she throws out Megan for out number 1. But moving up to second base is going to be Maggie Bohm. So now runner in scoring position for the Bears with less than 2 outs. Evan Helkowski gets her second chance now. Nice play from Bella Lakitsky. Not hit all that hard. She had to charge in quickly and make a play. Helkowski leaves the first pitch fastball outside in the right-handed box. Back to the top of this very dangerous Bears lineup. A lot of pop. Ball's in the dirt. Blocked up nicely from Kylie Douglas, keeping that runner at second base. Fairly open stance for Helkowski. All that weight on the front foot as she gets ready to go. There's a strike on the inside half. Challenged Helkowski inside and got the call. 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out. And the Bears with a runner at second base. That ball bounces in the dirt. Another good stop from Douglas behind the dish. And as Hazel continues to progress through this game, there might be 1 or 2 balls in the dirt, and that is what's going to be the difference. If Douglas keeps it in front. Ground ball to shortstop. Safe at first is going to be Helkowski, and Bohm makes it down to third. Opposite field swing from Helkowski. She beats out the throw. We already talked about her being able to do that all year long, and she shows it right there. And when Lakitsky made the throw to first, Bohm was able to take advantage and go down to third. Runners on the corners with 1 out for Cassie Sylvester. Infield hit for Helkowski, and she's going to take off for second base. They throw down. No play at second. They come to the plate with it, and Bohm is safe. Both runners taken off there, and they're both safe. 1-0. Mott here in the third. They tried to get Helkowski originally. Lakitsky cut the throw off short of second base. And then when they threw home, Bohm was just a little too fast, and that's how you help yourself out, you know. You have 5 strikeouts on the mound, and you're throwing a scoreless game at the moment. Why not get a base hit, take a trip around the bases, and come in home for the first run of the game? Helkowski with a stolen bag. And Bohm just scores on the indifference throw. First pitch is Sylvester. She squares around a bunt, and stealing third is going to be Helkowski. No throw for Douglas. She had to try to throw over the right-handed hitter, Cassie Sylvester, and Lakitsky was late getting to the bag trying to cover it up with the charging Reyes. Here's a ground ball to first base from Sylvester. They're going to tag her out, and sliding in and scoring will be Helkowski. 2-0 Bears on the RBI ground out from Cassie Sylvester. And that's all you really need to do if you're Cassie there. A ground ball softly to the right side is going to get it done all day, especially with a speedy runner like Heaven down there at third. 2 outs for Taryn Murphy. She tripled off the wall last time in right. Taps one on the ground to first again. Posthuma has now made 4 ground ball plays over at first base. 2-run score for the Bears in the third. We go to the fourth with Maggie Bohm. A leadoff base hit came around to score, and she's going to take the mound with 5 Ks. This is your home for Mott Bears Athletics. Top of the fourth here from game one. It is no longer a scoreless tie that it was for the first 2.5 innings. Bears were able to get 2. Maggie Bohm came in to score. Helkowski as well on the RBI ground out from Cassie Sylvester. There's a line drive on the left field line. Foul from Kylie Douglas. She singled. The only hit right now for the Hawks as we enter the fourth. Everybody resets as we have just a few softballs right now as more are trying to be put back into play from those foul shots. Fastball high and outside. One ball and 2 strikes to Kylie Douglas. 5 strikeouts already for Bohm. She's looking for more. Floater out to center field off the bat of Douglas, and this is going to fall for a single. Second hit of the day. Second hit of the day for Kylie Douglas and the entire team right there. 2 for 2. And that one just floated out there. She did the same thing her last time up, just dropping it in between right and center field. And this time bloops it right in front of the center fielder, Helkowski. So with one on, nobody out, Bella Lakitsky will step in. She flew out to center her last time. Fouls one right off the shoulder pad of Bollinger behind the dish. Quick conversation between Bohm and Bollinger, giving her a little bit of time as she took a line drive. 2-0 Bears were in the top of the 5th inning. Olkowski and Bohm came in to score. And a leadoff base hit here from the Hawks, Kylie Douglas, with both of the hits today for the Hawks. Bohm rocks back. The 0-1 pitch is lined out to right center field. Coming over, diving and making the play is Chloe Williams. Heck of a grab in right center field. Saving an extra base hit and maybe a run as Douglas was halfway down to second base on that shot. What a play from Chloe Williams out there in right field. 1 on with 1 out now. Caitlin Posthuma, she flew out to left field back in the first inning. Holds that bat still over the right shoulder. Now sends one sky high down the right side. Another long run for Williams. She comes onto foul ground and makes the catch as she blows open the side of the fence there. I know it's off your screen here, but she made the catch and just went right through the side of the fence. It's a swinging door that opens. But back-to-back plays from Chloe Williams. Now there's 2 outs. If you were following us back earlier in the year when Mott went on the road to play against Macomb, Williams took a nasty hit into the left field fence. She came on, made a catch, and as she did, she went right into it. Was completely fine. You can see her definitely not afraid of those walls right there as she went barreling into the side. And thank goodness it swung right open for her. 2 balls and no strikes to start out on Millie Garcia. She struck out looking. So a leadoff base hit from Kylie Douglas and a couple of flyouts. Spectacular plays from Chloe Williams. Here's the 2-0 from Bohm. Strike called at the letters. Bears wearing their white home uniforms today with black lettering, Mott Bears on the chest. Henry Ford in their blue jerseys, those road jerseys saying Henry Ford in white block lettering across the chest as well. That's a strike on the inside corner. Make it 2-2 now to Millie Garcia. And that's what we talk about, Bohm being able to battle back in the same inning. When she gives up a leadoff hit or a leadoff walk, whatever it might be, it's quickly corrected with some outs. The 2-2 pitch is high and outside. Two 2-0 Bears, top of the 4th. A full count with 2 outs. Bohm's full count pitch is fouled right back to the screen. These Henry Ford hitters doing a nice job of making Bohm throw pitches, but we've already seen Maggie throw 9 full innings for 15 strikeouts. Didn't have a pitch counter on her up here in the press box, but it had to be somewhere between 130 and 150 pitches in that one game. Here's the 3-2 again. On the corner, strike 3. Garcia goes down looking. That is now 6 for Maggie Bohm. 2-0. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Bears lead. This is your home for Mott Bears Athletics. Bottom of the 4th inning, Claire Ouellette will start things off for the Bears, leading 2-0. Jess Hazel is back on the mound as well for the Hawks. Ouellette tapped one in the box just in front of home plate, and she was tagged out, not knowing that that ball was fair. From our vantage point, it looked like it was just a foul in the box, and my original understanding was that it might have hit her as she walked out of that box, and she would be out in that aspect. Here's a hard ground ball to second base. Tough play at 2 for Niehoff, and it gets under her glove. Claire hit that really hard right there. And you just got to turn that hand over if you're Niehoff and try to play it on the backhand. Base hit for Ouellette will bring up Emma Benner. Also, Claire Ouellette on the season. She has 18 extra base hits and 10 home runs. Benner is going to bunt one. It's foul. Benner grounded out to first base last time. It's been 4 ground ball unassisted plays at first for Caitlin Postuma today, all off the bat of right-handed hitters. Sylvester did it twice, once to drive in a run. Benner earlier in the game. This one's lined back to the screen, and then Murphy did it as well her last time up. Quickly down on the count is Benner 0-2. Game 1 of 2 today from Kearsley Park. Couldn't ask for a better day for some softball. That fastball misses a little high and outside. 1-2. Bears looking for another inning with a crooked number on the board. That's outside, 2-2. Outfielders fairly deep right now for the Hawks. Now in right field, she's in by a few steps. And Benner fights it away again. And that's what also makes this Bears team so good is their ability to foul off the pitches they don't love and attack the ones they do. Another foul ball. And that pitch is down in the lower outer part of the zone, so Benner can still make contact with it and possibly put it in play, but it's not something she's able to drive right there unless she drops the barrel all the way down to that spot. So if she's able to foul those away and get a better pitch later in the at-bat, got a better chance to drive one off the wall. Inside pitch misses for ball 3. Nice take from Benner as that one cut inside near her belt. Full count with Olette at first base. She led off the inning with a single. Here's the full count pitch. Another foul over the backstop and the first base dugout side. This is what we saw from Henry Ford earlier today, fighting away pitches from Bohm. Line shot up the middle into center field from Emma Benner. We just said it, fouling off the ones she doesn't love and then attacks the fastball down the middle and shoots it right back up the middle. Back-to-back base hits to start here in the 4th. And the Bears with something cooking. Hannah Bollinger grounded out to shortstop her first time up. Takes the strike on the outside corner. Infield all the way in beside Lakitsky at shortstop. Bunt attempt. Pulling back is Bollinger there. It was a ball high and outside, and she wisely took the bat away on the attempt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Chopper on the ground to Lakitsky at shortstop. She makes a clean play, throws to first. Bollinger is out, but she gets the job done and advances both runners into scoring position. Olette down to third, Benner to second. And it's Chloe Williams' turn. Williams struck out looking her first time. That was back in the 2nd and just made 2 great plays in right field, diving in the gap and running over towards the foul side line into the fence. First pitch to her is outside for a ball. Ground ball up the middle to second base or shortstop should get the job done here. That pitch is down and outside, in and out of the glove of Douglas behind the dish. Good start for Williams. She's up in the count 2-0. Jess Hazel trying to keep this Bears team at bay as she's on the mound for the Hawks. Swing and a miss from Chloe. That's ball 3, high and outside. 3-1. And as good of a softball player that Chloe Williams is, just learned some information that she was a state champion in the women's division at Clio for wrestling. There's another flicked softball foul out of play. 3-2 now. So she's a state champ, a wrestler, going into that fence over there. No problem for her. The 3-2 pitch is high and outside. Williams is walked and the bases are loaded. Arlette at third. She singled. Benner singled right after. She's at second. Bollinger moved both into scoring position. And Williams just walked. Here's a ground ball found on the first base line from Maggie Bohm. Same spot that she put it last time. A screamer right down the chalk on that first base side, and it bounced off the glove of Caitlin Postuma, the Hawks' first baseman. Bohm looking to give herself an even bigger of a cushion on the mound. Fouled away. She's down 0-2 now. And Jess Hazel is going to give this Henry Ford team the best chance to win on the mound. She's also been that go-to girl all year long for them, just like Bohm has been. There's a strike on the outside corner for out number 2. Huge strikeout for Jess Hazel. A 3.43 ERA for her. That was her 72nd strikeout of the year in just 79 2/3 innings. 2 gone after the Bohm strikeout. It's now Megan Widener. She takes a strike on the outside corner. It's a whole lot different as well when you see the ball out of a left-hander's pitching hand. Not something you see all the time. If you're the Mott Bears, a lot of their opponents are right-handed pitchers. There's a foul back. Widener down in the count 0-2. 2-0 Bears. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning, and Mott has them loaded. Hazel threw her windup. The 0-2 pitch. High above the shoulders. Nice take from Megan right there. It can be so easy to chase after that pitch knowing you have 2 strikes, and it's a borderline pitch at that. Widener strikes out. That's on the outside corner from Jess Hazel. Hazel strikes out the final 2 batters of the 4th inning with the bases loaded. It's still 2-0 Bears as we head to the 5th. This is your home for Bears softball. We've entered the 5th inning of action. It's a 2-0 Bears lead. Maggie Bohm's back on the mound. She has 6 strikeouts so far. First pitch to Jada Oliver is a ball. Jada grounded out to shortstop her first time up. Taryn Murphy made a real nice play. And she gets her second chance against Bohm. Bears lead this series on the year 4-0. Hawks are yet to beat these Bears. Closest they were was the first meeting between these two, a 4-3 Bears win. Oliver on that foul ball evens the count at 1-1. She's going to line one to center field, and down to her knees and making a catch is Heaven Helkowski. Oliver just hit it too hard. An absolute frozen rope to center field, and Helkowski had to take 2 steps in, fall to her knees, and make a catch for out number 1. Some harder swings we're seeing off the bat of these Hawks hitters. Bella Lakitsky lined one in the gap. Diving play from Chloe Williams. And then Oliver, she just lined out hard to center. Jalen Reyes swings and misses at the first pitch. Bollinger setting up on the outer half here against Reyes. That pitch just misses the spot by a tad, 1-1. And Coach Terry Warner and these Bears looking to obviously have that 30-win season, but also go deep and make a deep playoff run in the MCCAA East. Top 3 teams from each division, the Eastern, Western, and Northern, they all make it into the playoffs, and then you have nationals after that. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Reyes goes down for out number 2. Make it 7 for Maggie Bohm. I really think they should have a Bohm counter out there in left field, throwing up the Ks every single time she has one, because it's always around 7, 8, 9, 10. Sits down hitters with ease, missing a lot of bats, and that's strike 1 on the inside corner to Josie Niehoff. Josie flied out to left field her first time. That was back in the 3rd inning. 0-1 pitch is lined foul down the right field line. And a pitcher's count here at 0-2. And Bohm, sometimes on 0-2 counts, she'll play with the hitter and throw one high and outside, try to get her to chase, but more times than not, she's going to attack the hitter. The 0-2, high and away, try to get her to chase on that. All 6 wins for Henry Ford this year have come in conference. They're 6-19 with a 6-14 conference record in the MCCAA East. Here's a fly ball to center field off the bat of Niehoff. Coming in is Helkowski, and she makes the catch. Another strikeout for Maggie Bohm. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 2-0. Bears on top of Henry Ford. You're watching Bears Softball. Two nothing Bears. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tom Cavanaugh, glad to be along for you for both today, this twin bill between the Mott Bears and Henry Ford. Jess Hazel, she's been great so far. Only gave up 2 runs in the 3rd inning, but since then, gave up a couple of hits in the 4th, loaded the bases up, and then struck out Bohm and Widener with just 1 out and the bases juiced, and gets out of the jam and allows no runs in the 4th. Heaven Helkowski, the leadoff batter. She's going to lead things off here in the 5th, batting for the 3rd time. She pokes one foul for the 2nd time down the left field line. She's down in the count now 0-2. Helkowski, Sylvester, and Murphy to face Hazel in the 5th. And it's a common theme with this Mott team, just only a matter of time before they have that one big inning. 0-2, flickered away again. Good fight from Helkowski. Jess Hazel with 3 total strikeouts. Just those 2 runs allowed and 3 total hits for the Mott Bears. Another foul out of play. And Heaven's looking to put something on that left side there. Not directly at the 3rd baseman, Reyes, because she's playing so far in, but at that shortstop position to see if she can beat out an infield hit once again. Helkowski, another good fight. You can see head coach Terry Warner down there, clapping his hands up, loving it, as she continues to fight away pitches. Oh, 2, inside off the plate, turning away. There is Helkowski. Made a really nice play in center field last inning off the bat of Jalen Reyes. Here's a tap around the ground to second base. Clean play for Josie Niehoff, and a toss to first. 1 up, 1 down in the fifth. So even though it's not the result that you want as a hitter, still got to take some positives out of a ground out there where you wasted 5 or 6 pitches out of the hand of Hazel. Here's Sylvester. She gets it off the inside part of the bat. Tough spin, and she beats it out as it trickles towards second base. The ball hit the ground and had crazy side spin to the first base side, and as soon as the second baseman Niehoff went to pick it up, it hit the dirt and kicked to the right and gave Sylvester enough time to scurry down there to first. A 1-out infield base hit. It's Taryn Murphy now. Murphy takes the first fastball outside for ball 1. 1 for 2 day for Taryn so far, a triple back in the first. She grounded out to first in the third. There's a strike on the outside corner. Nice pitch from Hazel makes it now 1-1. Bears looking for a few more. It's just 2-0. They scored both of those back in the third frame. 1-1 pitch is low. 2-1. Murphy puts one on the ground between short and third. Backhand play for Lakitsky. She's got nowhere to go with it. Would have been a heck of a throw, but there's just no time. Murphy too fast down the line. Another infield hit for the Bears. 2 on with 1 out. Claire Ouellette. She'll dig in. Ouellette is 1 for 2 today. Had a hard ground ball to second base that snuck under the glove of Niehoff. And she'll take a fastball high. Ouellette hitting .459. That batting average is best on the team. 50 total hits and 49 RBIs. That's coming into the contest. 2-0 to start to her from Jess Hazel on the mound, trying to get out of yet another jam. Ouellette lines one in the left center field gap. Coming around third and scoring is going to be Sylvester. Holding up at third is Murphy. 3-0. That's RBI number 50 on the year for Claire Ouellette. Wow. Claire is now 2 for 3 on the day with runners on the corners. Eva Opper is going to pinch run for Ouellette over at first base. That's our time on the field at the moment. Nice swing from Claire. Hit number 52, RBI number 50 this season. And that's in 36 games now. That's incredible. Murphy's over at third base. Eva Opper, the pinch runner for Ouellette over at first, who just drove in run number 3. Emma Benner's 1 for 2. She pops one up to second base. Caught by Niehoff. 2 outs now. That might have made it into the outfield for a potential sacrifice fly, but Benner just got it off the very end of the bat. Hannah Bollinger, 2 ground outs to shortstop today. She's got runners on the corners and 2 gone. There's strike 1 at the knees on the outside half. Remember, folks, after the conclusion of Game 1, make sure you stick on this same live stream video in 25 minutes after Game 1. We will start play for Game 2. The next pitch is low. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 on and 2 out. Here's a ground ball to second base. It's going to be a tough play for Niehoff. She tosses on to second, and it's bobbled by Lakitsky. A run is going to score. Niehoff needed to field and take that all the way. She tried to shuffle off a very short pass to her shortstop, and the ball was fumbled. 4-0 Bears now. as Murphy comes in. Bollinger reaches on the fielder's choice there. Down in the second safely is Opper. Chloe Williams takes the first pitch she sees outside. 0 for 1 with a walk today for Chloe. Strike on the outside corner, make it 1-1. Hazel on the mound, nods her head, now rocks through. Williams sends a pitch right back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3 straight singles here in the 5th have led to a run. The 1-2 pitch is high and outside. The 2-2 to Williams is popped out of play. Just an update for everybody tuning in. Mott baseball, last time we checked, in the 5th inning was leading 10-0 over St. Clair County Community College. Mott trying to finish out their year strong and maybe sneak into that second spot in the East Division of the MCCAA. Different than softball where the top 3 teams get in. In baseball, it's only the top 2 from each conference, the Eastern, Northern, and Western. The 3-2 pitch to Williams is shot back up the middle into center field. Coming around third and scoring will be Opper. How about Chloe Williams putting it right back up the box? Didn't get all of that one, but just muscles it into the outfield. 5-0. Bollinger down to second base. She stays there. It's now Maggie Bohm's turn. Very clutch 2-out swing there from Chloe Williams. Bohm puts one on the ground between first and second. That finds some green. Rounding third, trying to score Bollinger, and she's in. The throw to third is away. Scoring now is going to be Williams. 2 runs come in on the base hit from Maggie Bohm. 7-0 Bears. Megan Widener at the plate. I'm sitting up here in the booth with Athletic Director Al Perry, and he's on the PA right now, checking out this game, overseeing everything, and he leaned over to me and said, this could be the inning. This could be the inning. They have a big number, and rightfully so. It's a 5-run frame. Widener's 1 for 2 today. She's going to ground one up the middle into center field. This could do it. Coming around third, going to try and score is Bohm, and she's in there. This game's over. 8-0 Mercy Rule win. The Bears score 6 in the 5th, and they take it on the base hit from Megan Widener. Bohm's base hit scored 2. Widener swings at the first pitch and sends it right back up the box. Game 1 of our doubleheader takes an hour and 10 minutes. We are going to be back for Game 2 in about 25. Maggie Bohm was sensational. She struck out 7 en route to her 17th win of the year. Cassie Sylvester with an RBI. Ouellette had one as well. Williams, Bohm, and Widener. 8-0 is your final score. The Bears score 6 runs in the bottom of the 5th and are able to get the 8-run Mercy Rule victory in 5 innings with 2 outs. How about that? This is Tom Cavanaugh saying thanks so much for listening to Game 1. In about 25 minutes, Game 2 will take place, and we'll be here to cover all the action. This is your home for Mott Bears Athletics. We'll see you in about 25. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 of our doubleheader between the Mott Bears and Henry Ford College. Game 1 was an 8-0 Mercy Rule victory for the Bears. Ellen Nauk will lead things off quickly here in Game 2. We got started very quickly. It was an hour and 10-minute ball game in Game 1, so not wasting any time. We're getting back to action with Maggie Bohm on the bump once again for Game 2. Swing and a miss. Nauk is down 0-2 quickly. Bohm had 7 strikeouts in Game 1, earned her 17th victory of the season. Chopper on the ground to third. It's a foul ball. No balls, 2 strikes, top of the first inning. That's off the plate outside. It was a big 6th run, 5th inning for the Bears to give them that Mercy Rule win. They were up 2-0, then popped off for 6 and ended the game early. Bohm misses high with that fastball. It's now 2-2. It'll be Nauk, Douglas, and Lakitsky just like last game. Here's a flare out to center field. Helkowski comes in a few steps and makes the catch. So 1 up, 1 down as Nauk flies out. Defensively and offensively for the Bears, they are exactly the same. Bollinger still behind the plate, catching. Sylvester at third. Murphy's at shortstop. Widener at second. And over at first is Claire Allette. Here's a line drive to right field that's going to fall in front of the glove of Chloe Williams out there in right field. It's a 1-out base hit for Kylie Douglas. Douglas, the only one that had really a good day at the plate in Game 1. She was 2 for 2, and those are the only 2 hits for the entire team, both coming from Douglas. And now, if you want to combine both games of the doubleheader, she has all 3 hits. Fastball high and outside. First pitch to Bella Lakitsky. One on with 1 out. A 2-0 count right now to Lakitsky. Make it 3 balls and no strikes. That one misses inside. Bears are trying to complete the 6-game sweep of the Henry Ford Hawks this year. They swept the first 2 doubleheaders earlier this year, and now trying to complete the 3rd one. That pitch finds the zone. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Battling all the way back here is Maggie Bohm. She was down in the count 3-0. Leans in, getting her sign. Bollinger set up on the outside corner. Little tap foul from Lakitsky. It stays 3-2. Douglas at first, the only one that has a hit today between both games. She was 2 for 2 in Game 1 and now has a base hit here. Full count, 1 out, the pitch. Just off the plate inside. That's right there. Just couldn't grab the spot. It's now first and second with 1 out. Beautiful pitch from Bohm. She hit the inside corner, just did not get the call. It's now Caitlin Posthuma's turn. She's going to be pitching here in Game 2 for the Hawks. Takes the first pitch high at the nose. 1-0 pitch, just a little bit outside this time. First time that the Bears have faced any sort of pressure on the base paths from the Hawks today. They sat down Henry Ford very easily the entire 5 innings of Game 1. Here's a fly ball to left field. Coming in, not able to make the catch is Amaya Brown. They try to throw to third, and they overthrow the bag. A dropped fly ball from Brown, and then she goes and overthrows third base. Hawks have them loaded with 1 out. Not the right foot you want to get started off on if you're the Mott Bears trying to go for a 6-game sweep of Henry Ford, but got to be able to limit the damage now. Error on Brown. 2 errors on Brown as she makes the catching and the throwing error. Foul tip from Jada Oliver. Hawks still looking for their very first run of the afternoon. Oliver will pop one up over the head of Taryn Murphy. It hits the infield dirt but trickles into left field for a single. A little flare shot from Jada Oliver gives Henry Ford a 1-0 lead. Couple of hits, a walk, and now 2 errors, and then a base hit from Oliver have led to a 1-0 lead with still more to come from the Hawks here. Cam Krazemin, the first baseman, she did not play in Game 1. Takes ball 1 high and outside. Douglas just came in to score on that Oliver base hit. In the dirt, blocked up by Bollinger. Nice job, 2-0. One nothing Hawks. We're in the top of the first inning. Maggie Bohm trying to work out of a jam and stop the bleeding. Here's a pop-up out of play foul. 2-1. The temperature today has just continued to climb. More cloud coverage starting to move in with a brisk wind. That wind is blowing straight out towards right center field. Here's a pop-up on the infield. This is an infield fly. Murphy makes the catch. There's 2 outs. So bases are still loaded with 1 run scored in the inning. We have time as head coach Terry Warner's out onto the field to have a conversation with his infield. And this might be something that he's noticing right off the bat that he wants to kind of address early on in this one to not let things unfold, or it's a situational thing based on Millie Garcia coming up to the plate right now with the bases loaded. Terry out there with his team, talking to every single person individually. He's not staring down at one girl. Maybe it's Bohm he wants to talk to in the situation, or Bollinger, or Murphy, whoever it is, but he's distributing all the communication amongst them to kind of convey it all to every single person on the field right now and feel like everybody is all in on that. It's a great coach over there for the Mott Bears. Millie Garcia now with 2 gone and the bases loaded. It's 1-0 Henry Ford. Strike on the outside corner. Apologies for the video quality at the moment. We're going to be able to switch it up and get it a little smoother for the rest of this game, hopefully. We'll stand by at the end of this top of the first inning. Screen might go black for a moment, but don't worry, we're still here. No balls, 2 strikes. Bohm trying to work out of a huge jam. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That ball was on the corner. It is called a ball. Bohm waiting with the 1-2. Fouled away again by Millie Garcia. Even though Henry Ford did not score a run and only had 2 hits in Game 1, they did a great job of battling, working the 3-2 counts, fouling off a lot of pitches, and making it tough for Maggie on the mound. Here's the 1-2. Another foul out of play. And Bohm's able to get the swing and miss. As we've told you all day long, averages just over 7 strikeouts per game. She had 7 in game 1. This is the 7th batter to come up. She's still seeking her first here in the opening inning. Slow tapper on the ground between short and third. Picked up by the third baseman, Sylvester, and she throws on to first to end the inning. Only 1 run with the bases loaded and 1 out for the Hawks. And the Mott Bears looking to bounce back here. They trail 1-0. We head to the bottom of the first. This is your home for Bears softball. As she fouls the first pitch away. 1-0. Henry Ford played at 7 different hitters. But we're only able to come up with just 1. There's a ball high to Helkowski now. Playing center field for both games today. Swing and a miss. Make it 1-2. It'll be Helkowski, Sylvester, Murphy, Ouellette, Benner, Bollinger, Williams, Bohm, and Widener. Same as game 1. High pop-up, shallow left field, maybe third base side. Coming over and making the catch is Lakitsky. 1 gone. Nice play from the Hawks. Shortstop, she had a pretty good angle at it. Third baseman Reyes would have had to go directly backwards. Much, much easier play for Bella. First pitch to Sylvester is high and outside. Cassie had an RBI, a ground out back in the 3rd inning to score the 2nd run of the game. That's what made it 2-0 in the 3rd, and then in the 5th inning they scored 6 to win it 8-0 in 5 frames. Sylvester's going to chop one on the ground up the middle. Tough play on the backhand for Francesca Reyes, and it's under her glove. 1-out base hit for Cassie Sylvester. And Taryn Murphy, she had a triple back in the 1st inning of game 1. She did not come around to score. But she's got a runner on here. First pitch from Postuma is low and outside for a ball. Postuma delivers a strike on the inside corner to even up the count. Caitlin Postuma on the mound, a freshman, played first base in game 1. Now she's pitching 69 innings pitched. She's given up 97 hits on 80 runs for a 5.28 ERA. She's averaging just above 4 strikeouts per game as well. Murphy ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike right now. She'll tip one off the end of the bat. It spins around in the dirt, stays fair. They throw to first, and the throw is wide. Murphy is safe. Coming around third, trying to score is Sylvester. The tag, she's underneath it. Down to second will go Murphy. Cassie Sylvester scores all the way from first and slides underneath the tag. We're tied 1-1. That was a wacky play right there. Murphy put it on the ground, right down the first baseline, like a swinging bunt as the ball swirled and spun right in one spot. Douglas had to go pick it up. She threw it up the line into right field, and Sylvester came all the way around to score. Claire Ouellette fouls the first pitch off. How about the aggressive base running from Cassie Sylvester? She came all the way around on a ball that was just thrown into right field. That fastball misses off the plate, 1-1. But I agree with the decision staff because you're forcing the defense to make a play and to make accurate throws to get you out. And the throw was there, but it just wasn't low enough, and Sylvester slid her feet underneath that tag. Strike 2 called on Claire Ouellette. 18 extra base hits, 10 homers on the year for her. She has 50 RBIs now after her single RBI in Game 1. Fouls this pitch away. It stays 1-2. All even at 1 right now here in the bottom of the first inning. Each team has grabbed a run. Postuma through her windup delivers a fastball that's smacked away by Ouellette again. Both these teams do a heck of a job at battling pitches and extending at-bats. A couple of nod or head shakes from Postuma on the mound. It forces Ouellette to call time and regroup. The 1-2 pitch is a line drive into center field. A base hit. Coming around third and scoring is Murphy. 2-1 Bears. And that's RBI number 51 on the year for Claire Ouellette. Emma Benner. She'll step in now with 1 out and a runner at first. First pitch Emma sees is on the inside corner for strike 1. It's very tough to hold this Bears offense out of the game for long. It was just a scoreless first 2 innings before they grabbed a 2 and then a 6 spot over the course of the last 3 innings of Game 1. Benner pulls that foul down the line. She's down in the count now 0-2. That fastball from Postuma misses a little bit high. 1-2. Benner was 1 for 3 in Game 1. She had a single back in the 4th. Did not score. She'll sky one in the air. Foul territory, first base side. Krezeman comes over. She can't get there. It's past her glove. The count will stay 1-2. Claire Ouellette over at first base. She just drove in run number 2 to give the Bears a lead. That pitch is in the dirt. Great fight from Emma Benner right now, 2-2. And the discipline of all these bats, 1 through 9 in the Bears order, is very impressive. You don't see them chasing too many pitches. That's way inside. Moving out of the way is Benner. We're going to go to a full count. The 3-2 pitch, pulled on the ground, right off the forearm of Jalen Reyes into left field. That ball was smoked. Benner puts a one-hopper off the arm of Reyes. It gets into left, and there's 2 on with 1 out for the Bears. 3 hits in the inning already. Hannah Bollinger time. She'll flare one out to second base. Soft swing, and Francesca Reyes is going to throw out Bollinger for out number 2, but both runners will move up. So Willette goes down to third and Benner to second. Kalkowski led off the inning, popping out to shortstop, and then Sylvester singled. Murphy scored 1 on the error. Willette, she singled to drive in the second run. Swing and a miss from Chloe Williams. Williams was 1 for 2 with a walk and an RBI in game 1. Part of that 6-run inning, she had a great swing actually with 2 outs. Put one right back up the middle and extended the inning, and the Bears ended up winning in the bottom of the 5th on a walk-off, 8-0. Swing and a miss from Williams. She goes down on 3 pitches. The Bears get 2. Murphy drives one in, and Willette as well. Top of the second inning, coming up 2-1. Bears lead Henry Ford. This is your home for Mott Athletics. First pitch at the top of the second inning to Jalen Reyes has popped up out of play. 2-1, Bears lead. Henry Ford was able to get a run on the Jada Oliver bloop single back in the opening inning, and then 2, a nice answer from the Bears. That's a fastball high and outside. Maggie Bohm going strong on the mound. She did falter with that 1 run in the first inning, but there were a couple errors that helped out the Hawks get to that point. 1-1 pitch is high and outside. It'll be Reyes, Goodman, and then back to the top of the lineup in Ellen Auk. 2-1, cut on and missed. Right down the heart of the plate. Reyes just couldn't catch up to that one. Bohm's got some velocity on her fastball, too, and it has rise, which makes it even tougher. The 2-2, high and outside. Looking more and more at this stat line from Game 1. 7 strikeouts, 2 hits allowed, 0 walks. Can't ask for anything better from your starting pitcher. And Maggie Bohm did incredible. 3-2 pitches fouled away. Reyes hanging tough. Jalen was 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts in Game 1. Bohm looks down at her wrist guard. It's got all the signs on it. She nods her head now as she agrees with Bollinger. Swing and a miss. Fastball in the outside corner gets Reyes swinging. 1 out here in the second. That'll bring up Ashley Goodman, one of the only lefties in this lineup. Nauk, the leadoff batter, and then Goodman, the 9-hitter. Here's a line drive over the glove of Megan Widener at second base into right field for a hit. One out knock for Goodman, and she finds a hole. Ella Nauk with one on and one out. Bears lead it 2-1 here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Mott took Game 1 8-0 in a mercy rule of 5 innings. Nauk's going to look to bunt. She pulls it back as that pitch is high for a ball. One 0 pitch to Nauk. She squares around a bunt again. This one is a called strike. She thought that was off the plate as she pulled her bat back again. Corner infielders for the Bears are in, way in front of the bags. Middle infields Murphy and Widener are even. Here's a swing and a foul tip. Bohm ahead in the count now, 1-2. Every outfielder for the Bears are playing 2 or 3 feet from the outfield grass. Chloe Williams in right field. She's about 5 or 6 feet back there in the outfield. Strike 3 on the corner. Maggie Bohm with 2 strikeouts now in this inning, 2 total in Game 2. Great answer against the leadoff hitter, Ella Nauk, who has been pesky all day, fouling pitches off, extending at-bats. And Bohm sits her down. Kylie Douglas, she's a 3 for 3 today as she lifts one out to left field. Amaya Brown makes the catch. That's the first time Kylie Douglas has been retired today, and you got to feel good about it if you're the Bears. 1 base hit from Ashley Goodman is all the Hawks get. We go to the bottom of the second inning, 2-1 lead for Mott over Henry Ford. You're watching Bears Softball. Maggie Bohm's going to lead things off here in the second inning against Caitlin Posthuma and the Henry Ford Hawks. Bohm was the one to give her team a 1-0 lead in the third inning of Game 1. Funny enough, she was helping herself out on the mound as she was making her trip around the bases with a single. Stole second base and came in on a hit. Oh, I'm sorry, she came in on a stolen bag from second. She scored from third as they threw down to second to get the runner. That pitch misses low and inside, 2-1 to Bohm, and then it's Megan Widener. Bears with a 4-game win streak. Trying to put that to 5 before they go to Macomb tomorrow for 2. Those ball games start at 1 o'clock Eastern Time over on the Macomb Monarchs YouTube page. Here's a ground ball to shortstop. Nice play from Lakitsky, and she throws out Bohm for the first out. Megan Widener getting her first at-bat here in Game 2. She won the ball game earlier today in Game 1. She had the base hit to score the 8th run, and once that 8th run is scored, the game is over. Here's a little blooper to center field. It's going to drop for a hit. Widener punches one out there into straightaway center, and it's a one-out base runner. Evan Helkowski popped up to shortstop last inning. He's looking to drive something the opposite way. Thinks about bunting that first pitch, takes it all the way as it was high for a ball. That's a strike on the outside corner as she was thinking about going for a bunt again there. One on the corner. Same spot from Caitlin Postuma. Nice pitch. Postuma and Jess Hazel, the main two pitchers for the Hawks team. This ball's in the dirt. It bounces away from Douglas. Way down that third base line. Down to second safely is going to go Widener. Now Helkowski's got a job to do with the runner at second base and one out. She more so likes to hit the ball to the opposite side, that third base side, but she's probably going to need to put something on the right side here to move that runner up. That pitch misses high. It's now 2-2. Bears lead this thing 2-1. They scored 2 in the bottom of the first after being scored on to open the game. Here's a slap the other way into left field for a single. Holding up at third is Widener. Nice opposite field swing from Heaven Helkowski. It's now first and third with one out. Cassie Sylvester singled her first time, and we have time on the field as Douglas is going to go out and talk with Caitlin Postuma. Going to have to think about how you're going to deal with not only Cassie Sylvester at the plate here, but also I'll put money down that Heaven Helkowski is going to try and steal second base right here with runners on first and third. That's what Lakitsky comes over to talk about as well, the shortstop for the Hawks, because they want to know if they should cut off the throw and try to get the runner Widener if she tries to score similar to game one. Helkowski takes off in a delayed steal. She's in a pickle now. Lakitsky looking at both runners. She now throws to third. Widener safe, and Helkowski is still off the bag. And now she's taken off for second again. A little trickery here from the Bears. Helkowski is safe at second, and all the Hawks can do are toss it back to her pitcher. Wow. Widener was kind of hopping off the base 1 or 2 steps, but Helkowski was hanging out right in the middle of the baseline between first and second, trying to draw some sort of a throw. Sylvester now flips one out to right field, coming in hard, making the catch is Ellen Auk. Tagging and scoring, head-first slide, Megan Widener. Down to third, Helkowski goes on the sacrifice fly. It is now 3-1 Bears as Cassie Sylvester drives in yet another run. Nice catch from Nalkin right as she was coming in hard, sprinting and having to throw that glove up. It's 2 outs now in the inning for Taryn Murphy. And that trickery on the base paths leads to runners on second and third, so Helkowski now, she was able to move up an extra base on the fly out, so she moves down to third. The 1-0 pitch to Murphy is pulled on the ground off the glove of Reyes, trickling into foul territory. Helkowski scores. 4-1 Bears. Nice swing from Murphy, kind of pulled around it a little bit, didn't hit it all that hard, but because of where the ball went, tough play for Jalen Reyes. Claire Ouellette with a base hit and an RBI last time. Takes a fastball way high and outside. Bottom of the second inning. Bears have scored 2 in each of the last, or opening 2 innings of the game, I should say. That ball's in the dirt. Stealing for second is Murphy. She's up, or she's safe, standing up. So a 2-0 count to Claire Ouellette. RBI base hit her last time. That was last inning. She's going to chop one on the ground to Reyes. Nice play. Throws to first, and that's going to end the inning. Ouellette is out, and so are the Bears, but they get 2 more. Big sacrifice fly from Cassie Sylvester and Heaven Helkowski as well. 4-1 Bears. We go to the third. This is your home for Mott Athletics. Top 3 here from Kearsley Park, just off the campus of Mott Community College here in Flint, Michigan. My name's Tom Cavanaugh, taking you all the way through our doubleheader, the second to last home series for the Bears. We'll be back here on the 4th for their last set of a doubleheader. And then it's time for conference playoffs in the MCCAA East. Depending on what seed Mott gets, they're sitting at number 1 right now. There's a high pop-up on the infield. Calling for it is Claire Ouellette, and she puts that in her back pocket for out number 1. Pop out from Bella Lakitsky. Now Caitlin Posthuma's turn. Posthuma reached on an error. It was a fly ball out to Amaya Brown that she dropped and then overthrew Sylvester at third as another runner tried to advance. Very rare you see an inning like that from the Bears. Here's a line drive fouled on the first base line. But it's even more rare to see consecutive innings like that, which is not the case here. Obviously, it was just the 1 run in the first. And then 2 strikeouts in the second for Bohm, and she just left 1 base runner stranded. Trying to have a clean, full inning right now. 1, 2, 3, as that one's a little bit high. 1-1. Inside corner for a strike. 1-2. Nice pitch. We said earlier, Bohm coming into the game 146 strikeouts in 142 innings. She's got a lot more than that. That's number 10 between the 2 games. Third here in game 2. Swing and a miss from Posthuma. She is sat down for the second out here in the third. Leaves it up to Jada Oliver in the inning. RBI base hit. She muscled one over Taryn Murphy's head, and she's going to pop one up out of play back towards our press box. She kind of caught the ball on her RBI. She kind of caught the ball on the inner part of the bat on the handle and still was able to reach it out there with the Bears infield playing very in. Tough play for Murphy to go all the way back. Another foul ball away from Oliver. She's down 0-2. Oh, 2 on Oliver. 3 strikeouts so far for Bohm in game 2. That pitch misses high and outside. Bollinger setting up outside as the catcher, and it just misses the spot. She was on the outer half. That's where the pitch was, just a bit outside. 2-2 now. to Oliver. The solo RBI of the entire day between both games for the Hawks. The 2-2 pitch is pulled fouled on the third baseline. Twos are wild here in the third inning. Oliver lines it foul. Hard hit down the left field line. Back in game one, Oliver hit a laser beam to center field that Helkowski was able to make a play on, but that's because Oliver hit it so hard. Would have been down for a single if it was any softer. Off-speed pitch on the 2-2. Gets Oliver swinging. 4 strikeouts in game 2 for Bohm. She just mixed in a little bit of the nasty stuff right there. 4-1. We go bottom 3. Bears on top. This is your home for Mott Community College Athletics. Bears are looking for more. They've scored 2 in the first 2 innings, and Emma Benner's going to flip one out to right field on the first pitch for a single. Just gets it over the head of Francesca Reyes at second and puts it right in front of Ellen Auk in right. Time is called at the plate. Head coach Terry Warner of Mott is going to have a conversation with our home plate umpire, Ted. Likely going to be getting a pinch runner here for Benner, the designated player here in Game 2. She was in that same role earlier today in Game 1. And Benner also 2 for 2 to start this Game 2. Well done. So not the shortest conversation between these two as they have to figure out who's going to go pinch run. And it likely is going to be Amaya Brown. We'll see. It will. So Brown's headed out to first to pinch run for Benner, who is now 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. Helkowski, Sylvester, Murphy, and Alette, the top 4 hitters in this lineup, all with RBIs. Bollinger goes way around on that one, strike 1. Oh no, ball 1. There was no call from our home plate umpire. They're going to check. It was a very late check to the field umpire, and he said she went around, which I thought she did. 0-1. Bunt attempt from Bollinger back to the mound. Postuma gathers, throws to first, and they got Hannah at first, but the runner down to second in Amaya Brown. So well done from Bollinger after the leadoff hit from Benner. She gets the sacrifice bunt down and moves a runner into scoring position. And now there's another conversation being had between head coach Terry Warner and our field umpire. That one much shorter than the first one we had just seen between Warner and the home plate. So, 1 out, runner at second base for Chloe Williams after some chit-chat. First pitch is down in the dirt for a ball. The 1-0. Fly ball to center field, not too deep. Coming in a few steps, making the catch is Garcia. And a little too shallow to tag up for Amaya Brown at second. So she'll stay put there, and now there's 2 gone for Maggie Bohm. Bohm grounded out to shortstop her first time. Has an RBI opportunity with a runner at second. Here's a swing and a foul ball. Right back towards the screen. It kind of caught a piece of Douglas behind the dish. The 0-1 pitch is a little bit high. Off speed, right back up the box. It hits Postuma right in the chest. She knocks it down and throws out Bohm to end the inning. Postuma hobbling off right now, a little bit ginger as she took an absolute rocket on 2 hops right in the gut. We head to the 4th inning. 4-1. Bears on top of the Henry Ford Hawks. You're watching Bears Softball. Top 4 and a 4-1 lead for your Mott Bears against Henry Ford. First pitch to Cam Krizemin is swung on and missed. It'll be Krizemin, Garcia, and Reyes. 0-1 pitch to Krizemin is chopped right back up the box into center field. Leadoff base hit. First time today that the Hawks have had a leadoff runner aboard. Millie Garcia grounded out to third base, her first time up. And she'll swing at the first pitch hard to shortstop. Murphy tosses to second. The throw onto first from Widener is not in time. They get the lead runner, Krizemin. It was a prime double play opportunity right there, but Widener was just a little bit far from the bag, so by the time that Murphy went to field it, she had to wait a half second for Widener to get to the bag. Garcia's over at first base, though, on the fielder's choice. They could not convert the double play. First pitch to Jalen Reyes is inside for a ball. She struck out swinging her first time. She'll leave that pitch a little bit low. It's now 2-0. Sun has started to kind of fade away here, turning into a cloudy afternoon, but still the temperature is up there and the wind not killing it. Here's a ground ball, base hit into right field for Reyes. Staying at second base is going to be Garcia. Second hit of this inning, 4th of the game for the Hawks. They've come alive here in game 2, swinging the bat. Ashley Goodman with 2 on and 1 out. She'll swing at the first pitch. It's a miss. Goodman singled. She poked one between first and second base last time up. Bohm's 0-1 pitch. On the corner for strike 2. And that's why they call it Vehicle City, with a couple of flares rolling through here at Kearsley Park. Keeping in that 0-2. Good foul away from Ashley. Bohm has had a lot of success here today, but a little bit of a tougher time than game one. She had no issues with this Hawk lineup a couple hours ago. 7 strikeouts, just 2 hits allowed in 5 innings. The 0-2 pitch. Fly ball to right field, off the bat of Goodman. Going back a few steps is Williams. She makes the catch. And it wasn't deep enough for Millie Garcia to tag at second. So both runners will stay put at their bases. 2 gone, with runners on 1 and 2 for Ellen Auk. Now, so far today, she's 0 for 2. Fly out to center and struck out looking. And she'll take the first pitch high. And Bohm has been very familiar with this spot of pitching. Both games back-to-back in a doubleheader. That's on the corner for strike one. She was kind of new to it earlier in the year when Mott went on the road to play Macomb. She pitched an incredible game one, got the win at Macomb and Warren. Here's a foul away from Nauk. And then in game two, she had a little bit of trouble in the first couple of innings, and she was taken out. Joey Newton entered the game, and Macomb was able to come through and win that one late with some huge theatrics in the last inning. The 1-2 is puttered fouled on the third base side over towards that dugout of the Bears. 1-2, it'll stay on Ellen Auk. After her, it's Kylie Douglas, who is 3 for 4 today between both games. 1 for 2 here in game one, or game two, I should say. One-two from Bohm. Another foul ball. Nauk did this exact same thing her last time up. Worked a 2-2 count. That's the end of the inning. Nauk is out, and so are the Hawks. We're going to the bottom of the fourth with a 4-1 lead for the Bears over Henry Ford. This is your home for Bears Athletics. Good to see Caitlin Postuma back on the mound. She took a hard comebacker right into the chest, and she walked off having to see the trainer of the Hawks. But she's just fine. She's back on the mound to face the bottom of this lineup. Megan Widener puts one on the ground to shortstop. Close play at first, and Lakitsky gets her with the throw. Quickly, 1 out here in the fourth. It's a 4-1 lead for the Mott Bears, trying to complete a 6-game sweep of Henry Ford over the course of this season. Each team will play every opponent in their same conference. In this case, it's the Eastern. They'll play them all 6 times. Here's a ground ball from Helkowski to second. A quick 2 outs. And that's a nice play from Francesca Reyes. And it'll bring up Cassie Sylvester. And it's very tough to beat a team 6 times in 1 year. But the Bears are on their way right now. Here's a foul right back towards us. That almost came through. I almost caught that. Nah, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that close. I wish, though. That'd be really cool. Maybe I bring my glove like those 40-year-olds that go to a Tigers game. Here's a line drive foul. Watch out, fans. So right now, Cassie Sylvester is just headhunting with people not in play as she went towards me and athletic director Al Perry, and now she goes and visits the fans down there, the left field line, with a line drive. No balls and 2 strikes to Cassie, who has a sacrifice fly and a base hit with a run scored so far today. A lot of action in both games for Cassie at the dish. RBI back in game 1 as well. She's going to sky one out to center field, very shallow. Coming in and making the catch is Millie Garcia. A 1-2-3 fourth inning for Caitlin Postuma and the Hawks. We head to the 5th and a 4-1 lead for your Mott Bears over Henry Ford. You're watching Bears Softball. Top 5 with Maggie Bohm back on the mound. She's been handling this lineup for the last couple of innings, but here's a line drive base hit from Kylie Douglas. And she's only been retired once today in 5 at-bats. She is just a thorn in the side of the Mott Bears. If you take this rivalry or this contest between these two teams all the way back to the end of March, Kylie had 3 doubles in one game against the Bears in a 4-3 loss. Mott pulled it out late. Here's a high pop-up to right field from Bella Lakitsky. Coming in a few steps is Williams, and she retires Bella for out number 1. And we mentioned the weak contact through the air for Maggie Bohm. And, I mean, she'll get her strikeouts as she has 4 right now in this game. But a lot of her outs, if you look at a stat sheet, are pop-outs, fly-outs to shallow outfielders. And that's what – I mean, I know that the Bears have a great infield and they can make some plays here. They almost turned a double play last inning, but it's much easier to complete outs by just having to catch it instead of fielding and throwing. Here's a line shot to left field. This could get out of here. It's off the wall. Caitlin Postuma. She put one off the left field wall on the highest spot. Postuma only has a single with that, but down to third goes Douglas. What a swing. Bears lead this thing 4-1, and now there's runners on the corners with 1 out as Bears head coach Terry Warner's out to the mound. Can't imagine they make a change right here, but they could. Terry's just going to give the game plan here to the infield. Postuma a little bit higher with that swing, and that would have been off the scoreboard and out of here. Instead, it's a long single for her, but going from first to third was Kylie Douglas. And she hit that so hard, she couldn't even have time to get the second. I mean, she hit that on a rope. It hits the wall, and Amaya Brown got it in fairly quickly. You'll see that sometimes, too, if you're watching a Red Sox game and there's a line drive out to left field on that green monster. If it doesn't get up high enough and it's a liner right off that big green wall, it's probably only going to be a single for whoever's batting. .202 feet out there. It's not the farthest throw in for Amaya Brown after she receives the ball off the wall. First and third for Jada Oliver as the conversation concludes. Here's the pop-up. Right at us, and it hit off one hop. I didn't catch it in the air. Right here. I'm keeping this one. Thank you, Jada Oliver. I appreciate it. So Oliver puts one right back for a foul ball that I catch on one hop, but I can't give myself all the credit in the world. No, it hit the laptop, I think. This laptop has taken so many beatings over the last couple of weeks. It's incredible. No balls and 2 strikes. Oliver's trying to hang tough here with 1 out and runners on the corners. Oliver now puts one right back towards the mound. Weird spin for Bohm. She can't go anywhere with it. Looked at third, looked at second, and then by the time she wanted to throw to first to get Oliver, Jada was already past the bag. Bases are now loaded. So apologies for the technical difficulties for a moment. It is now 4-2 as Henry Ford was able to score a run. Cam Krazemin, she hit a ground ball to third base. Sylvester at third fielded it and touched the bag. So they got the runner, Josie Niehoff, who was pinch running. Kylie Douglas comes in to score on the Krazemin fielder's choice. A little bit of a scuff on our laptop screen here from the official ball of the NJCAA District 12. I would have liked to catch it in the air, but also by the time it went up in the air, it was out of my view from where we're at in the press box. And then it dropped right back down. Ground ball right back to Bohm. She fields and throws to get Millie Garcia to end the inning. Bases loaded with 1 out, and once again, the Bears get out of it with just a little bit of damage. 4-2. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. We made a catch, and we're going to the bottom 5. This is your home for Mott Bears Athletics. Bottom of the fifth inning. Taryn Murphy, Claire Ouellette, and Emma Benner to face Caitlin Postuma. Hawks were able to grab a run, so now instead of trailing by 3, they've cut it to 2. That's if this Bears offense has nothing to say about it, but I guarantee you they will. This is their inning. The fifth inning is the one where they score the most runs, and Murphy flies one out to shallow center. Garcia comes in a few steps and makes the catch. One gone. Claire Ouellette, 1 for 2 day, an RBI base hit. In the first, she grounded out to third back in the second inning. And it's been a quiet couple of frames. As you can see here, I mean, Murphy and Ouellette both have not hit since the second. So the last couple of innings, Postuma kept the Bears off the board and kept the runners to a minimum. Just one base runner. It was Emma Benner to lead off the third inning. But 4 runs in the first 2 frames for the Bears is how they've had a lead. That ball's in the dirt. At the feet. Good take there from Claire. All-State honorable mention her senior year at Kearsley High School. Also a member of the National Honor Society. And she takes one on the corner here. Also pursuing a nursing degree here at Mott. She is one of those 5 seniors, or sophomores, I should say, that will be moving on after this year. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. It's a full count. Ball 4. That one's in the dirt at the feet. Well done from Claire. She's on for the second time here in game 2. 1 out base runner. That's going to bring up Maya Brown. She was the flex designated fielder to start the game. She was just in left field, was not swinging it. But now she's going to hit in place of Emma Benner. When Brown came in for her, Brown stays in the game now. She came in as a pinch runner back in the third. There's a strike called on the inside corner. A 4-2 lead for the Bears. We're in the fifth. Brown slaps one the other way. Foul out of play. Amaya now sends one out into shallow right field. Ellen out calls for it, and she makes the catch. Another fly out for the Bears. Have 2 gone with the runner aboard. Bollinger takes the first pitch, and Ouellette almost took off for second as Douglas let that ball sneak out of her glove, trying to throw it back to Postuma on the mound. Regardless, it's 1-0, and Ouellette stays at first. A sacrifice bunt her 2 times to the plate. Looking for a few insurance runs as we delve into the later innings. Swing and a miss. A lot of cut on that pitch right there from Postuma. That started middle, and kind of swung out to the outside corner and missed Hannah's bat. 2-1. Ouellette's at first. She walked. And there's strike 2 on the inside. At the knees, right on the corner. High fastball gets away from Douglas. Down to second's going to go Ouellette. There won't be a throw. So a full count now to Hannah Bollinger with Chloe Williams waiting on deck. Outfield relatively deep against Bollinger right now. She had a grand slam last week. She's going to rope one fouled on the third base line now. Bollinger with 5 home runs on the year. That's tied with Benner and Murphy with 5 apiece. Time is called at the plate. And the runner at second base in Clairolette, she has double all 3 of those totals of 5. Here's a little flare to the second base side. Underhand flip from Francesca Reyes, and that ends the inning. Olette is stranded at second base. It is 4-2 as we head to the 6th inning. This is your home for Mott Community College Athletics. We'll be right back. Top of the 6th inning, Maggie Bohm still going strong on the mound. She gave up 1 run in the first and 1 last inning in the 5th. But the Bears offense doing their job. It's a 4-2 lead for Mott right now, trying to complete a 6-game sweep of the Henry Ford Hawks this season. Looking for win number 29 on the year. They just gained win 20 in conference. Bears are now 20-3 in the MCCAA East and atop first place of the division. 1-1 pitch is fouled back towards us again. Not as close as it was last time. Jalen Reyes down in the count. And for those unfamiliar, I mentioned saying that this laptop here that's streaming all of our games on the Mott Community College Athletics YouTube page, it's taken a beating. The other day we were covering baseball against Macomb over at Ernie Myers Field, and a gust of wind knocked the laptop out of the window and onto the ground right in front of the Bears baseball dugout down the first base side. And I had held my breath for a second thinking that it might have connected with someone's noggin, but thankfully nobody was around and it was just a hard thud of the laptop. But we brought the laptop back up here and checked it out, evaluated, and there was nothing wrong with it. Swing and a miss from Reyes. 5 strikeouts here in Game 2 for Maggie Bohm. That's out number 1. But, we just kept streaming the game like normal, and we're using the same piece of equipment right now to bring you all the action of this doubleheader between the Bears and the Hawks. So if you're looking for a laptop, that Dell isn't too bad. No free ads out here, but also it's holding tough. There's a fastball that is a little bit high to Ashley Goodman, the last batter in this Hawks lineup. She's 1 for 2 today. Cut and a miss. Upper outer fastball. Most impressive thing about Maggie Bohm is just her consistency, too. She dominates hitters early in games, as we saw 7 strikeouts and just 2 hits in Game 1, but just the consistency to keep it going through this game as well, only allowing 2 runs to this point. He's been hit around a little bit more in this game than Game 1, but still holding it to a minimum. We've already seen the bases be loaded for the Hawks with less than 2 outs, and they've only been able to scrape 1 run across. Goodman swings and misses at the 2-1. She's down to her final strike with 1 out in the 6th. 2-2 pitches popped up. Out of play, back towards a few fans near that Bears dugout. Bohm squats as she folds the glove on her right thigh, now raises the glove as she goes through the windup. Foul out of play. 2-2 still. After a good minute, it's back to the top of the lineup in Ella Nauk. Strike three on the outside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the sixth inning for Maggie Bohm. Six total in this game. She has 13 combined between the two contests. She's been the lone pitcher on the mound all day long for Mott. Here's a foul back to the screen from Nauk. 0 for 3 day for Ella. Last time she was up, it was back in the fourth inning, and she was called out in the box because she left that left-handed batter's box early. So as a hitter, those leadoff hitters that kind of have that stepping forward motion towards the pitcher, they can't leave the box too early. The 0-1 pitch just off the plate outside. Was very confused on why the inning was over. Home plate umpire Tess Lehman didn't give us the biggest, I guess, notification to say that that's what happened, but everybody on the field was aware. There's a tap foul to the third base side, 1-2 now. But I never really see that too often. We've been covering a lot of Mott Bears softball this year, and that's something that we've never seen here at Kearsley Park. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Oh, Bollinger just almost froze that ball on the corner for strike three. 2-2. We're going to move. Hannah did such a good job of bringing that glove back into the zone and trying to steal that for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Bears lead by 2. There's a ground ball fouled on the third base line, and not by much. Nauk thought it was a fair ball. She went screaming down the line. The 2-2 pitch is up high. Full count to Ella Nauk, and she's been great today at being able to work counts and make Maggie Bohm throw a ton of pitches. This is her 6th time facing her. High and inside on the 3-2. That's a very rare walk out of the hand of Maggie Bohm. It's now a 2-out base runner for the Hawks. They trail by 2. They're still in this thing trying to chip away, maybe get a couple. They did not score in game 1. And they've only been able to score 1 run in each of the 2 innings that they've scored in here in this game. In both of those frames, they had the bases loaded and 1 out and were only able to get 1. Kylie Douglas lines one into right center field. It's going to get by Helkowski all the way to the wall. Nauk's going to come in and score. It's an RBI double for Kylie Douglas. She was 2 for 2 in game 1. Now she's 3 for 4. I don't know what else you can do when pitching to Kylie Douglas. She is the one girl on this team that just does not have a bad day. 5 total hits and 6 at-bats for her. I would put her on next time if it comes to it. Here's a foul out of play from Bella Lakitsky. Lakitsky's 0 for 2 with a walk. That fastball's just off the plate, 1-1. 4-3 is your score now. Tying runs over there at second base. We're in the top of the 6th inning. That fastball misses a little low as well. 2-1. Sylvester at third is playing even with the bag. Murphy a few steps behind the baseline at shortstop. Same thing with Widener, and then Ouellette. She's a few steps in front of first. Here's a ground ball to third. Nice play for Sylvester. Forehand, she throws to first, and that ends the inning. Cassie Sylvester with a nice forehand play to save a run if that gets into the outfield. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Henry Ford's able to scrape together another run on an RBI double from Kylie Douglas. Bears looking to take a few more insurance runs onto the board and widen that lead. This is your home for Bears softball. We'll be right back for the bottom of the sixth. First pitch of the bottom of the sixth. Chloe Williams sends one out to left field, and it's caught for out number one. Good swing, just a little bit underneath it. Goodman's able to take care of that for out number one. Joey Newton's going to get a pinch hit opportunity here for Maggie Bohm. Newton takes the first pitch down low for a ball. Joey this year hitting .316 with 18 hits and 13 RBIs. She's going to sky one in the air. On the infield, calling for it is Bella Lakitsky, the shortstop. And there's two quick outs here in the sixth. And it really helps the Bears' favor here that Kylie Douglas will not get, she might get a chance to hit, but it's not the most likely situation because she just hit in the sixth. That is somebody you do not want at the plate in the seventh inning if you're trying to close this thing out. 4-3 is your score. We're in the bottom of the sixth, and Megan Widener is at the plate. She just fouled off the first pitch. Oh, one is high and outside. Bears looking for a little two-out magic here to take an even bigger lead. They are clutching to a 4-3 lead. It was 4-1 at one point in this game. That's outside. It's now 2-1. And Caitlin Postuma has responded very well after giving up 4 runs in the first 2 innings. Bears have been scoreless since the second. Breaking ball into the left center field gap. This ball's got some carry. It's a one-hop off the wall for Megan Widener. She cruises into second with a 2-out double. She got her pitch and drove it. Evan Helkowski with the runner at 2. And 2 gone. 1 for 3 day for Heaven, and RBI mixed in there as well with that hit. She takes the first pitch high and inside. She's going to look at that pitch as that's out into the right-handed batter's box and low, 2-0. Henry Ford has slowly chipped away in this game. There's a strike. The 2-1 is inside and high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Postuma has been awesome on the mound at keeping everything in and around the zone. She has not walked anybody today. The 3-1 is a strike. So she's going to battle Helkowski now. Digs back in. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Oh, they call it a... No, it is a swing and a miss. Helkowski collides at first with Krizemin. It looked like our home plate umpire said it might be a foul ball, but it's strike 3. Helkowski goes down, and we're headed to the 7th inning, and the Bears with a 1-run lead. Can they hang on? We will see in the 7th. 4-3 lead, Bears onto the field with Maggie Bohm in the pitcher's circle. Top 7. Maggie Bohm back out onto the mound. Amaya Brown enters back in left field. Kaylin Postuma, the pitcher all day in Game 2 for the Hawks. She gave up 4 runs in the first 2 innings, but has held the Bears scoreless since then. Mott leads at 4-3. Bohm trying to go for the win here. Postuma grounds one to second base. In and around the feet and safe at first. Widener bobbled the ball and safe was Postuma. Error is going to go on Widener there, as that was a routine play that just ate her up. It took a bad bounce, hit her on the heel of the glove, and pinballed around on her knees. Jada Oliver, who let me catch a pop-up foul ball last time, digs in. She has an RBI in this game. Gave her team a 1-0 lead in the first. She takes the first pitch high. Go-ahead run is at the plate, tying run over at first. Oliver pops one up. Foul territory, giving chase as a let. It's going to get back out of play behind us. Bohm with 6 strikeouts here in Game 2, 13 totaling the entire day. Here's a high pop-up to second base. Calling for it is Widener. Camps underneath and makes the catch. 1 gone here in the 7th. Oliver pops out. It's now Cam Krizemin. She drove in a run on the fielder's choice back in the 5th. Ground ball to third that Sylvester made a play on with the bases loaded. All she did was touch third, try to go back to first. Krizemin swings and misses at the first pitch. Inner half, challenging the righty. Bohm rocks back. The 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Fastball at the letters. That ball just continues to rise as it comes out of the hand of Bohm. She lets it go about knee high, and that ball rises to about the chest-shoulder level. A lot of movement. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. 2 gone here in the 7th inning. That's 7 strikeouts in this game for Maggie. Last chance for Henry Ford. They trail by a run. Millie Garcia is 0 for 3 today. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the 4th. She's going to look at the first pitch high. McComb and Mott tomorrow from Warren, Michigan at 1 o'clock. Tune in for that one just at about 12:45. Here's a line shot to center field. Back goes Helkowski. She makes the catch on her heels going into the wall. The Bears sweep the doubleheader at home and complete a 6-game sweep of Henry Ford this season. What a game from Maggie Bohm. 7 strikeouts in Game 1, 7 strikeouts in Game 2, and she allows just 3 runs over the course of 12 innings. Bears were able to score all of their runs in the first 2 frames, and their defense and pitching did the rest. Well done from the Mott Bears being able to come here and win 2 big games in conference. Henry Ford was in the 5th place of that MCCAA East, but when you have other teams on your toes, such as Schoolcraft or Macomb, you want to try to take advantage of those games, and they did so. Your final scores, one more time, 8-0 in Game 1. In 5 innings, it was a mercy roll W for the Bears, and in Game 2, 4-3, Maggie Bohm gets the wins in both games. And I can't really name out. I think she's got to be our player of the game for the entire doubleheader. Everybody chipped in Game 1 with